All right. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hey, look, it's a pleasure, an honor to be with you. My name's Anthony Murray. Yeah, I know we had a couple of minutes there where it was just pitch black. Well, sorry about that. My bad. Listen, before we get too far into this show, and we're going to talk about the new industry, and I'm going to tell you about that new industry in a minute. But before we get too far, I want you to do something. I want you to go to Facebook and find Financial Sense. And when you're on that page for Financial Sense, doesn't matter which show. It could be this show would be better, right? Click on like. Send up the flowers and the hearts and all that like a half a dozen times. And even on this show, if you're able to do it, I don't know if you're able to do it on YouTube, but I know you definitely can do it on Facebook, right? All right. So with that said, we're going to talk about a couple of different things, and I want to just reiterate the stars. Send them up, man. Send us some stars, as many as you can, right? As many as you can. I want to mention to you what the new industry is. What is it? The new industry that I'm referring to is the insurance industry with World Financial Group. Why is it so critical? What's so special about it? There's not many insurance companies that will allow agents to come on board first part-time and then open up an office regardless of where your status is as far as rankings, and you still have your autonomy. You're an independent contractor. All right. And then on top of that, offer to you somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 or 200 plus companies at your access. There's not many. There's not many. Hey, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Thank you for being with us today. So this is important to understand about the new industry. The new industry is powerful. It's powerful. All right. Name a company that will allow you, without reaching a certain plateau, that will allow you to open up your own office. You're not going to find many. And if you do, you're a captive agent. All right? I'm not a captive agent. I'm an independent contractor with the company that I represent. All right? Now, we have one of the largest platforms. What do I mean by platforms? What I mean is the offerings that I'm able to present. I have just about everything that a person can think of. If you need homeowners insurance, I have a company that handles that. You need car insurance, I have a company that handles that. You need life insurance, I have a company that handles that. You need a final expense policy without anybody asking you health questions, I have a company for that. You need retirement plans, I have a company for that. You need a 401k, I have a company for that. Look, what do you need? Okay, so this is the new industry. The new industry. And I believe that WFG Transamerica is paving the way for the insurance industry to expand their minds. Now, right now, we're the only ones. I know there's going to be others that's going to come along, and there already are others that actually used to be part of this organization, and they got out, and now they've created their own thing. It's not quite the same. Not quite the same. I'm telling you, it's not quite the same. Listen, if you want to enter into this industry, the finance industry, I'm going to make you a special offer. I will pay for your online training. Actually, I've already prepaid for online training for 5 people. That's right, 5 people. That's a lot of people. 5 people. Your online training. You need at least 40 hours. If you don't already have an insurance license, you need at least 40 hours of classroom time. Guess what? It's paid for. And I will give that to you. I will give that to you. What do I mean that I will give that to you? It's a link that I have. I will give you that link. You will have it at your disposal once you become part of this organization through the offer that I'm making you today. All right. So I'm going to put a little information up here for you. I want you to text me or email me. Let me know. All right. Hey, Anthony, I'm interested. I was wondering how to get into this thing. Now I know. Now, here is my office scrolling on the bottom. Scrolling on the bottom. All right. So this is a very critical topic today. We're talking about the new industry. You know, the insurance industry today is like a Army Swiss knife. You ever seen those? I have one. I should have brought it in here with me. I have one. It has like around 8 different functions. It has a screwdriver. It has a can opener. It has a little knife to it. It has a Phillips head screwdriver. It has 2 blades, 2 or 3 blades with it. It has a corkscrew opener. Man, and I don't know what else. All right, so maybe 6, 7 things. It's just loaded, right? That is the industry that we're offering. Oh, and guess what we just brought on? And this will give you additional income. Additional income. If you need a security system. I'm talking about the new industry. The insurance industry is different than what it was. Years ago when I was coming up, there was 2 types of insurance that was really offered to people. Term and whole life. Everyone's familiar with that, right? Did you know that whole life is really term coverage that has a savings component or a cash value component? So we call it whole life. All right? Whole life. Now, what's so important about the whole life that I want to talk to you about? Because you can use that whole life for a number of things. You can use whole life policy. You can use that as a savings component. You can use it as a for long-term care. All right. There's a variety of things you can use it for. All right. There's a long-term care. I love that. How many of you have long-term care? My computer is buffering. Don't worry, it'll be right back. How many of you have long-term care? Guess what else I offer? I offer wills and trusts. So I have the top estate planning, the largest estate planning law firm. I can't say top. I don't know who's the top, but they are the largest, with awards, recognition in different law magazines. They are the largest, with 140 attorneys in 9 different countries as well. So if you need a will, if you need a trust, you want to set up your estate, it's at your disposal. It's offered. I'm offering. Hey, look, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm just saying that it's available. I'm talking about the new industry, the platform. All right. Why this company I'm with is so valuable. Why is it so valuable? It's so valuable because of what we have to offer. What we have to offer. All right. Now let me mention to you something else about the wills and trusts. Because you come through, let's say, hey, Anthony, I don't want to join the finance industry. I don't want to become part of that, but I do need a will. I do need a trust. Reach out to me, people. Reach out. The programs and the products through that law firm are at a discounted rate for WSB referrals. So what would I need? Your first name, last name, phone number, email, and your address. All right, and your address. I don't need a street address, just the city and the state. Okay, just the city and state. If you need a will and a trust, that's the information I need. All right, you can email it to me right there. All right, if you need a will or trust. Okay, so here again, it is actually the largest estate planning organization in the country right now, with over 140 lawyers and growing. All right, so phenomenal program. Now, if you need long-term care, you know what long-term care is, right? Let me tell you what it is. If you know somebody, and you know people who need long-term care, you may not know what it is, but let me describe it to you. Someone who needs assistance getting in and out of bed, someone who needs assistance feeding themselves, assistance getting clothed or dressed, rather, assistance making it to the bathroom, assistance getting from the bed to the chair. You follow what I'm saying? They need assistance with their daily chores, or daily activity, rather, not chores, but daily activity. All right, regular daily they can't cook for themselves. They need assistance with that. They can feed themselves, but they need somebody to fix the plate. You follow what I'm saying? They don't need someone to help them take a bath, but they need somebody to help them to get to the bathroom. Okay, something like that. All right, they need assistance with their daily activities. Then they need long-term care. I offer that. I have companies up the wazoo. All right, now, you probably heard of some of these companies, and you've seen them on television. You've seen their commercials. Yes, you have. You've seen their commercials. Pacific Life, Gerber. Gerber's not long-term care, okay? I'm just mentioning some of the companies. Transamerica, okay? Mutual of Omaha, all right? 200 plus companies. Listen, you know how many insurance companies there are in the United States? A little more than 700. And almost 1/3 of those we represent. Almost 1/3. I'm talking about a new industry. Now, what's so different about this industry is that insurance companies are now starting to offer more than just insurance. So we will offer you long-term care, disability. Those are insurances, right? But what about retirement planning? Did you know you can even use insurance to help supplement your retirement or supplement your child's education for college, the education you're planning for college? You need to put money away for that. There's ways you could do that. Of course, there's a 529, and I forget the name of the other, but there's a couple of ways you could do that, right? But you can also use an insurance policy. I think the IUL has been the secret, and unfortunately, it's been kept too well. It's been kept too well. All right, we need to get this thing out, and I'm asking you to do something to share this information. Share it. Share this information. Okay, this is very, very important. Very important. I want to go back to something about the trust. The trust protects things immediately. Today, people are being sued for just about everything. Being sued for just about everything. I was talking with a CPA friend of mine out of DC. That sister was telling me she has a separate trust for her house because she has her own business. A separate trust she has several properties. So she have a trust for each one of those properties. And she has a separate trust for her business. Why? Because trust protects things immediately. Immediately. All right? Immediately. Here again, we were talking about the largest estate planning law firm in the USA that can help you. They are at your disposal through WSB, WFG. You need to contact me, folks, and I would tell you how this thing could happen. We want to help you out. Now, let's get back to this. As far as the new industry, we offer people free financial literacy workshops. I am shocked that there's not more people listening to me that's taking the advantage of these workshops. All right. You should take the advantage of these workshops. They're free. They're going to cover everything from A to Z. All right. Well, maybe not everything, but just about. They're going to cover 99.9%, including financial planning. All right. Financial foundation. Man, look, I'm telling you, you need to take the advantage. Why not become your own money manager? Why not? Hey, Anthony, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the business. Is there something else I could do? Yeah. You could get your license and become your own financial planner, your own financial advisor. You will have access, if you get your license, to over 200 companies. All right. You can't beat that. And then you don't want to work in the industry. That's all right. You can work on a referral program. Referral program. And if you're licensed, guess what happens in the referral program? You still get paid. You still get paid. Friend, I'm telling you, the insurance industry has totally changed. It's like, here again, it's like that Swiss Army knife. It has multiple functions. And if you get your life and health license and your security license, oh my goodness, you're going to have a whole new world open up to you. More companies than you could deal with. This is a very serious issue. Why am I hitting on this so hard today? Because I want to see more people have this opportunity for not only financial success, but financial freedom. Freedom. You know, you're not free until you are financially free. Someone said, man, I'm free. No, you're not. If you are in debt, you are a slave to whoever you owe that money to. You work to pay those bills. Come on, be honest about it. Now, you could work this thing part-time. What's the value of doing it part-time? You stay in the loop and you're making money. You could work it on a referral program, as I mentioned earlier. What's the value of the referral program? You don't have to do anything. You just bring me together with the person that need the help, whether they need financial literacy help or if they need insurance help. Here again, the areas that we cover: wills and trusts, final expense, disability. Do you know you should have a disability policy outside of work? Your disability policy at work covers work-related injuries. Work-related injuries. But what if something happens outside of work? Well, man, I got hospital for that. You better double check and see what they cover. That's what you need to do. Double check and see what they cover, and you'll be surprised to find out. You know, some people have long-term disability and short-term disability. I was talking to a man, I think around 3 years ago, who had a business. He doesn't have the business anymore. He's out of business now. Who had bought a hospital policy for his dad. Now, he didn't buy it through me. He bought it from somebody else. And when I met him, he was telling me about it. Now, he got totally turned off from the insurance industry. Totally turned off. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. He thought that long-term disability was the same as long-term care. He had to put his dad in a nursing home. He was going to. He called the insurance company. His dad was in a hospital. He came out. His dad had some type of ailment, I believe was cancer, and he needed to go into a nursing home. He went back and forth with the insurance company. They said, sir, you do not have long-term care. They went through the policy with him. I don't know how many times. He told me numerous times. They went through the policy with him. They spoke to him over and over and over. He kept calling them for a couple of weeks, trying to make them provide long-term care for his dad. He ran into a brick wall. He got so mad that he canceled all of his policies with that company. I don't know how many he had, but he told me he canceled everything. He said, I got enough money. He had 2 businesses and he had some properties. Let me tell you what I told him. Bad decision. This was before COVID. I said, what happens if your tenants stop working? Their job closed. Then what? He said, I'll just evict them and get some more. What happens if you can't find some right away? Then what? He said, I don't care. I will never get another. And he just went on and on and on and on and on. Friend, that is the worst thing you could do, is not provide the protection that you need. Health insurance and life insurance, if you buy health insurance for yourself, it's not just for you. It's to take the burden off of your family, off of your loved ones. Life insurance is to transfer the burden. One of these days, somebody's going to try to use GoFundMe for a funeral, and GoFundMe is going to say, sorry, we don't accommodate funerals anymore. Listen to what I'm saying to you people. Prepare and do it the right way. You need long-term care. You need life insurance. Transfer that burden. So let me finish telling you about Index Universal Life, the IUL. We have two of them now. We have one designed and they're both through a company called Transamerica. They're designed to accumulate money. Now, a whole life policy will build up cash value, but it only builds up cash value to the amount of your coverage. So if your coverage is $100,000, when your cash value reaches $100,000, that's it. Now you have to make a decision. Do you want the cash, $100,000, or do you want to keep the insurance coverage? I have an insurance policy through a company called Everest. A lot of companies are offering more than one component, more than one thing. Everest is a concierge service. I love this service. I love it. Let me tell you the value of Everest and this concierge service. I could pre-arrange how I want my funeral to be. My family won't have to call anybody but Everest. Because when I prearrange it, I've already put in the policy, there's a place where I go in and I tell them where I want to be buried, which funeral home I want to use, all the particulars. I can upload pictures and videos and all type of stuff with this policy, right? I could upload my will, my trust. I could upload that. Matter of fact, with the Everest policy, it comes with a will. It comes with a will. All right. So this is extremely important. Extremely important. It comes with a will. Okay. You can't afford a trust? No problem. Get this policy. It's an Everest policy. It's through Everest. All right. And I love them. They're a really good company. They're an A+ rated company. Okay. We only deal with companies that are A rated. If they ever go down from an A to a B-, we get rid of them, or a B+, we get rid of them. But why? Well, there's 700+ companies out there in the United States. We don't have to be locked into a company that's not doing right or not doing well. So Everest, they are on top of things. They have a quick turnaround for the payout, for the death benefit, 48 hours. Within 48 hours, average, you'll have that. And then your family calls Everest, and when they call them, they just simply say, hey, such and such passed away. They'll ask you a few questions. They'll get that policy number from you, and then they go to work. Now, one of the other values that I love about this company, Everest, is that all the employees that work for them have worked in the funeral industry at some point. All right. And when they worked in the funeral industry, whenever they worked in that industry, at that time, they became familiar with the ins and outs of that industry. And when you become familiar with the ins and outs of that industry, you have an advantage. So when people call Everest and say such and such passed, you're speaking to somebody who was either a funeral home owner at one point, a funeral home director, a funeral home employee. They know the industry. So when they call the funeral home cannot run any type of games and try to get them to pay top dollar because they know the prices. All right. And look, the policy's loaded. That's just one of the companies we deal with. That's just one of the companies. All right. And it comes with a will. So if you can't afford a trust, at least the least you could do is get a will. Now, there's wills you could get where you can get them online. You could do that. I don't recommend that always, but you could do that. If you do that, you make sure you better cover every dot and every T, I'm telling you, and then you have to make sure you go get it notarized. Now with Everest, there'll be several pages because they cover everything. The policy will on Everest is designed by a top law firm. All right, so it's designed by attorneys. Every single question that you would be asked when you sit with a lawyer to develop a will be on this will through Everest. Every single question, and plus some. But after you do it, you need to make sure you do one thing: get that baby notarized. Get it notarized, right? You have to get it notarized. So I love that about them. All right, and you know how critical that is to have a company that'll represent you to talk to the funeral home on the behalf of your family. You know how critical that is. See, funeral homes, they have to make money. So they will take the advantage of the emotion of the moment. We're very emotional. We just lost a loved one. We don't have time to haggle a price. We don't want to even haggle a price. They recommend something, most people are just going to say, all right, even if they have to go in debt. You shouldn't have to go in debt. Not for funeral. And if you plan it right. Listen, let me tell you something else I would do for you. Because I want to see more people in this industry. I want to see more people in the finance industry. I want to see more people of color in the finance industry. I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced. I'm a pastor. We have a mixed congregation. But I want to see more people of color. Why? This industry is somewhere between the second and third highest paying industry in the country. The insurance industry, I'm talking, hey, look, this is a new industry, people. It's a new industry. Take the advantage of it. It's like the Swiss Army knife. I mentioned the IUL. We have one IUL. It's called the FCIUL, where you could pick and choose different indexes. Well, both of them you could pick and choose, but one, the FCIUL, is specifically designed for cash accumulation. Now, both of them you could accumulate cash. But that FCIUL, oh man, look, that's like, it's up there, baby. It's up there. Now, I understand a lot of people are more accustomed to the 401k. I have a company that will provide you a 401k if you don't have to have 20 employees. You don't have to have 10 employees. You don't have to have 5 employees. You could be a sole proprietor. I have a company. So I'm just saying, the finance industry and this company that I'm with, the platform is so wide. So wide. There's a lot that it has to offer. And I want to pay for your education. I already have 5. I will offer you one of these 5 courses. It's the life insurance, life and health course. I have 5 of them. I will give one of them to you once you become part of this industry with me. Now, if you go down the street and sign up with so-and-so to sell as a captive agent, then that's on you. Between you and them, they will take care of you, whatever arrangement they have. I don't know. But if you want your own autonomy, you want to learn financial literacy, you want to help teach people financial literacy, then you need to come with me. You need to come with me. You need to come with me. You need to see what we're doing, hear what we're doing. Our workshops, absolutely free. Absolutely free. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's all right. Our workshops are absolutely free. All right? They're absolutely free. That's where you go to get on the workshops. That's where you go. worldsystembuilder.com. All right, then that / WS-US or USA, that'll give you the schedule. All right, and then you just register for whichever workshop you want to take. Hey, look, I'm telling you, these workshops are top notch. Why do I say that? See, this program is so good that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, opened its doors for 2 of my colleagues to teach their agents about finance. Harvard University opened their doors for one of their professors, who's also one of my colleagues, to teach financial literacy. This thing is serious. Columbia University have opened their doors to 2 of my colleagues to teach their students financial literacy. Financial literacy is extremely, extremely important. And this is part of our platform to teach financial literacy. Well, Anthony, man, I love what you're saying, but I don't want to work on referral. Can I just do the workshops? Absolutely. If that's all you want to do, you can do the workshops. I will even sell you the books. And I won't charge you for shipping and handling. The books, there comes with 2 books. You need both books for the workshops. That'll cost you $12. All right. You just pay $12. And I will send you the books. I'll pay for the shipping and handling. Okay. All right. Now, I want to make an announcement before we get too far. I want to make an announcement. I have a business expo coming up. 7/15/23 from 12, actually it's from 12 to 4. All right, we put 12 to 3 because it starts to wind down, but it's 12 to 4. There's going to be some serious food vendors. Where is it going to be? WFG Rankin Financial Center, 272 South Columbia Avenue. We're in the heart of Rankin, Georgia. We are in the heart of Rankin, Georgia. It's going to be in the parking lot. You want to be there. It's next Saturday, I believe. You want to be there. Yes, you want to be there. Next Saturday. You want to be there. All right. I don't know, man. Listen, there's this brother named Rodney Hall. Yeah, I threw his name out there. This boy is bad. I believe the name of his vending business is Heavenly Smoke or Heavenly Smokehouse. I forget. I think it's something like that. This boy has some smoked turkey legs that taste like ham. They're smoked. And they're stuffed with homemade mac and cheese. Look, let me tell you something. I taste that thing. First time I met him, he was doing a expo, and it was across the street from my office. So I went across the street, checked out all the vendors, see what they were doing, met some people. Bought one of his stuffed turkey legs. Brought it back to my office. I was hungry and started chowing down. Man, let me tell you something. That thing tastes so good. I stopped what I was doing, closed up my food, went back across there before he left, and bought me another one. It was that good. That good. So I want to mention this. We'll bring it up again before we leave for the day. All right. We're going to be cutting out in a few minutes. So, hey, listen, guys, this is very important. If you know somebody, maybe you have a daughter, a son, they just finished college. They just finished high school. They're in college. They just got out of the military, and they're looking for something to do. They relocated. We are all over the country, and we're in all the provinces of Canada. We are in Puerto Rico. I don't know where else we are. We're all over the place. Okay? We're an international organization. And yet, we are independent contractors. Now, this is a new industry. You will have the opportunity to open up your own office, to bring others into the business or recruit people and receive overrides. I'm not telling you this is the easiest industry in the world. It's probably one of the toughest. I'll be honest with you, it's probably one of the toughest. But that's why they pay so much. That's why they pay so much. All right, so I want you to do something. I want you to share. Go on Facebook, share this information. I want to help people. All right, this is the finance industry, the insurance industry It's new. It's different. There's still a lot of companies out there still doing things the old way, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But this company that I represent, to me, have the best offerings and platform that I've ever come across. Now, you don't have to have a college major to jump in. As a matter of fact, we have colleagues, people that have gotten into this business that used to clean hotels, that were just stay-at-home moms. It doesn't matter what your background was, but let me mention, you do have to have a clean record. If you have a felony and it's recent, I can't do anything. The law would not even allow me to sell you an insurance policy. That's just the law. But what is the one thing that I can do for you? If you do not have, let's say you have a policy, I mean a record, you still need a will, you still need a trust. There may be something we can do for you there. Everybody needs one of those, right? All right, so listen, with that said, I want to give you once again my email. There it is right there. If you're interested, you want to get into this industry, you want to check it out, you want to see what it's all about, email me. Email me. All right, I'm going to do something else for you because some people are not that familiar with the email. Call me. You can call me. Boom. Bada bing. Right there. I want to help you get into this industry. Mom, Dad, listen. You have children staying at home. They need a job. Help them start their own business. I'm in my own business. Break the cycle of broke. I'm in my own business. Now, you may say, hey, look, I'm tired of working for everybody else. I want to do my own thing. This is perfect for you. Perfect. We have a system already in place. You plug into that system. And once you plug into that system, the system goes to work for you. You work the system and the system works for you. I'm telling you, this thing is beautiful. Beautiful. Now, you have a hard time dealing with people. Say, man, look, I'm not a public speaker. I don't like talking in front of people. Perfect. You can leverage me. In other words, I'll do the talking for you. I'll meet the people for you. You could just sit there and look handsome or pretty, and I'll work the business for you. I'll make the money for you so you can put money in your pocket. I'll help you. And it doesn't matter where you live in the United States. We have offices, 300 plus offices all over the United States. All over the United States. If there's no office in your area, oh my goodness, gold mine. Can you say gold mine? Gold mine. You get your license and you could be the first office in your area with this vast vast platform. I help people become financially secure and financially independent. I help people grow and protect their wealth. I help people prepare for the unseen. Friend, listen to me. Life happens. Life happens. The mention of a life insurance policy does not mean you're going to die. Life happens. But just as sure as you were born, you and I one day will die. So will you be ready? Will you be prepared? All right? Will you be prepared? Will you? Will you be prepared? You've got to be ready. You've got to be ready. All right, folks. Hey, look, I'm going to wrap this up right now. Once again, if you are interested in taking the advantage of this, let me know. Okay? And by way of mention, again, we're having a business expo Saturday the 15th in front of my office. If you're a vendor and you want to participate, call me. There's no charge. And there's bathrooms available. All right? If you know somebody that wants to participate, they got a business and they want to showcase their business at this business expo, I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay? My name is Anthony Murray. I want to thank you for being with us today. I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Listen, let somebody know, and don't forget to like us on Facebook. Send up those stars. Send them up. Send them up and way up. We'll see you next time.
Like this.